making teams of the 21st century to this stage.
Pegg, Dick Frost, Edgar Wright.
You guys going for a pint after this?
You better believe it.
Very awesome.
Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, Dick Frost.
Go see this movie.
Enjoy our film.
Hello. Hey, Clonkles.
New York City, Frost Cornish.
Who's got the other side?
That sounds like a pastry sauce. I'd love a Frost Cornish right now.
What's the weather like here in New York, Nick?
Well, Joe, it's a bit cold, I think. I don't know if it's probably a minus a couple. I wish I'd worn sleeves. But this is what you need to wake you up after the shittest business class in the world.
That was the noise of the plane, not me being flashing.
What airline was it?
Pan Am? Was it some BOAC? I don't know what it was.
What mails have you got there, Simon?
What, emails?
Yeah, you got movie offers coming in.
No, I got shitloads of movie offers coming in from Hollywood. I can't get Hollywood off my
many?
back. Oh, 2, 3,
200.
Hello. If we look a bit screwed, it's because we've come from Amsterdam to New Amsterdam. We just come to New York on the first part of our American tour. Oh, phone's off.
Page 1.
Page 1.
Edgar, is that your phone?
It's mine.
Camera monkey.
Oh, you're fired.
Tell us a bit about the tour.
We've just done a tour of Sydney and Australia. Sydney in Australia?
Yeah. Sydney in Australia.
And New Zealand, and then we came back to London for a bit, and then we went to, then we've just been to Amsterdam for the International Drempels Film Festival. and now we're in New York.
Frost.
Nick Frost.
I don't know what to say, really.
Tell us about what you got to do in Amsterdam.
I'd love a frosted Cornish right now.
Not much. We were pretty good. I didn't get jerked off. I didn't see a nun farting on a shit.
It's all gold.
I didn't see any of that.
Nick Frost there, star of Hot Fuzz. This is the start of the tour. If we all look a bit screwed now, let's flash forward to 5 weeks' time and see how we are there.
What's going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're doing
TV stuff.
Comedy Central and MTV with what's his name? Roast Binkard. What's the guy's name?
I don't know.
Brad Flickheim.
Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder, that's it. Sounds like an angry docker. It's quite a Kurt Loder, wasn't it? It's 11:15. We're in the bar at the Regency Hotel.
This is indeed the first night of our press tour, and we're in the Regency Hotel, which is quite posh.
Everybody hates us. New York's gone back to being 80s rude.
Almost, I feel a little bit out of place. Nick Frost has gone. He's gone upstairs for a smoke and a wank, and me and Simon and Joe Cornish, who's behind the camera, are going to go and cause mischief. Within the next 4 weeks, we are going to 10 different cities, and 2 of those cities we're going to twice. So I make that 14 different cities. No. That was my pirate maths. I immediately go into sort of like pieces of 8 fractions like that. Hello, how are you doing?
Good. What's going on today?
This is the first day of our press tour, and we are going to Comedy Central to film some idents, because they're going to start showing Shaun of the Dead in conjunction with Hot Fuzz. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, starring this guy.
Don't pass the buck on to me. I'm just changing. I'm doing Edgar's phone like his mum.
Man, they've given you special phones.
Yeah. So I'm putting my number in Edgar's phone so he can call me on this when we're in the Americas.
Have they put your name into that phone as Shaun on purpose?
No, it was another. See, these phones have been given out to people before. Perhaps other actors. Maybe we could phone famous people.
It's Shaun Wayans, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. It's Shaun with a W.
Shaun Wayans of Little Man and White Chicks fame.
I love those movies.
Yeah, that's some of my 2 favourite movies.
Ever.
I just like the font on the poster. I like the fact they use the same font.
I like to see a man, a baby with a man's head. That's something I've always loved.
Nick's not going to say.
I like seeing a baby with a man's cock. Big bulbous end.
Here it comes. Nick's gonna be the.
It's always on.
He's gonna.
This guy's always on fire.
That's terrible.
No, we're on. It's too close.
He's filming this. They're going to take you seriously.
Oh, why are you're fucking hurting me? There's no kind of precedent for big, overblown, testosterone-filled cop action films in the UK. There was a gaping hole in the market, and we
wanted
thought
to fill it.
we wanted to fill it.
I'm saying we fill gaping holes. That's what we do. That's how we work. That's how we roll.
Now, is there a difference in the way that the Brits fill gaping holes as opposed to the American filmmakers fill gaping holes?
Well, my hotel pay-per-view would suggest no.
Probably a lot more. We're probably a lot more polite post-gape. Do you know what I mean? Oh, you cunt! Oh, your lips are so greasy.
Go on, wipe your face jam off.
Are you going up?
To heaven.
No, thank you.
Brilliant. You blogged her off.
It's the best bit so far.
Someone else they can't use.
The only
Can't
bit
believe you
that...
blog someone without them asking.
You can.
That's called blade.
You can like blur their face out. Blade. Oh my god.
Hello.
Hello.
What's about to happen?
About to do a Q&A for BAFTA. Although I am fucking knackered. I've gone really tired all of a sudden.
Get the Empire State in the background.
I've got you both and the Empire State. It's very picturesque.
Look at that. Check that out. Yeah, amazing.
What is it?
It's just like in King Kong's.
It's like in the film Kings of Kong.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
killed
going
now.
over to the theatre. Just showed our film. I nearly walked out in front of a cab. Go. There's Frost.
I was going to stop smoking on this trip.
What are you filming?
No one.
That's what Nick said when we went to Australia. Nick said, "I'm going to."
Shut up.
This is a funny story.
I'm not your wife.
I don't care if you're my wife. I'm not. He said, "I'm going to use this trip to give up smoking." We got to Hong Kong and he bought 600 cigarettes. I smoked one and threw the rest away.
Join me now in welcoming our very special guest, Edgar Wright, who directed and wrote the movie. Simon Pegg, who wrote and starred in the movie. Nick Frost, who starred in the movie. You have so many icons in this film. When you were making the movie, was there one person who, when you were on the set, you just began to quake, well, I can't believe I'm here with, so and so?
It happened a couple of times. I remember Nick and I were sitting with Billy Whitelaw one day just in the town square, just filming some stuff, and we were talking about The Omen, and I told her that they were remaking it, and that Mia Farrow was going to play her part.
Before that she said, "Who's playing me?
That's it.
Who's playing me?"
And I showed her a picture of Mia Farrow, and then she sort of said, "Oh, I remember doing that film, and there was a line that I absolutely hated saying, and I couldn't do it, and I hated it, and it was this." And then she kind of fixed us with her amazing eyes and went, "Have no fear, little one, I will take care of thee." And Nick and I just had this spontaneous geek out that, like, Mrs. Baylock from The Omen had just done a live performance of the film.
Hello. Hello. It is the end of our first day of press, and it's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day.
When did we start?
Earlier.
When did we finish?
Now. It's gone 11. We just finished our last Q&A, and we're not even going to go out. We're going to go to bed.
That's how lame we are.
How many days to go?
27 or something.
We're going to bed now. Good night.
You do a lot of interviews in a row, and sometimes you have to break the monotony. So what I like to do, I'm in touch with my feminine side. What I like to do is touch Nick Frost's pipe during interviews, and sometimes rub his leg with my foot. You were about to do a Tekken move on me. Oh dear.
That takes my tummy away.
Can you tell us what's going down, Simon?
We're having a photo shoot on the roof of a hotel in New York City. That's it.
We did do an interview for a Swedish lags mag called Slits.
Lags mad.
We did a lags mad. It's for prisoners, for mad prisoners.
I like that. Nothing else with the hand. Smile, guys.
I'm not sure who the photo shoot is for, but we're doing a photo shoot and we're being encouraged to squeeze in together, which is alright. I did briefly brush against Simon's knob end, which was, you know, it happens.
What are you reading there, Simon?
I'm reading an article in Word magazine about me.
About you?
Yeah.
What does it say about you?
It says that even my whittled vomit is cool.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're whittled? What does it mean by whittled vomit?
Because I just said that when we wrote the first draft of the screenplay, we just vomited up everything that we'd thought of and then we whittled it down. And then Andrew Collins then says about whittled vomit. He's funny, he's a good writer. I like him. If he'd been slagging me off, I probably wouldn't like him as a writer, but he's not. Although he does say Hollywoodisms are creeping into my...
Really? Yeah. Do you think that's true?
Delta. Probably. We would Delta. Or is it?
What kind of Hollywoodisms would you put in there?
It might alarm those who expect Pegg to be Tim, the geeky work-shy flatmate forever, but a certain amount of lovey ticks now pepper his speech. A happy crew, a lovely guy, a wonderful experience. Face it, he's fast becoming a Hollywood player next door.
I'm doing an interview for Lucasfilm.
What are you telling me?
I'm telling them what my first Star Wars memory is. I was at a birthday party and a friend had some transfers that he rubbed onto a little, you know, like a background. And I didn't know who was who, and I remember thinking, why is that man's sword on fire? Funny, eh?
But what was your first Star Wars memory?
What was your first Stardust memory?
Stardust?
My Uncle Brian saying to me, you should touch my lightsaber. You should touch my lightsaber.
Don't, because you have got an Uncle Brian and he'll be able
Yeah, I know.
to download that.
And I kind of got covered in this stuff, and he said, it's laser plasma. It's laser. Don't tell Mum.
Hello. We are now in Washington, D.C. and
Go, damn it.
Capital City, is that right? Capital City. What are the other things that you know?
It's the capital city.
The capital city.
And we're going to the Capitol building?
Capitol building, I don't know. I think sort of, I've been to DC once before on the Sean tour, and I think the only thing that we saw was the Exorcist steps. That was our first port of call. I haven't been sleeping very well. I've been getting kind of like 4 hours sleep every night, so I'm in a perpetual state of being screwed. That sounded weird, actually. I think I'll rephrase that. I wish I was. No, I don't want to be on the receiving end of things. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the first day of Washington Press, and we got a screening tonight, and I am a bit tired.
Welcome to Think Talk. I'm your host, Zach Sherwood. Today we're sitting with the cast and crew of Hot Fuzz.
What kind of a student are you looking forward to asking you a question?
With Hot Fuzz, we are big
Called?
fans of the action movies.
So fucks a lot.
Why wouldn't she be Lady Fucks a lot?
Yeah.
A bird called Sir Lady Fucks a lot.
Yeah.
And what would she look like?
Sir Lady.
I guess
Maybe she's called Sir Lady.
So lady. I guess you with a wig. Bigger knuckles.
And what would she ask you?
The British police.
You want me make banana cry?
It's an exclusive for the
In Hot
for
Fuzz,
the web.
you play
For the interweb is that our next film is, we can't reveal what genre it's going to be, but it is going to be called You Want I Make Banana Cry.
What is happening there? Oh, there we go. Wow.
I don't want to say there's any controversies. I'm sure you guys get along great, but I mean, does there have to be a time when you're like, look, this is work time, this isn't playtime, we need to get this done?
Simon and Nick are pretty professional, I'd say, even though there is some kind of like corpsing or like laughing. They're really great on set in terms of they set the kind of the benchmark for the other actors in terms of mucking about.
A little more serious, straight, kind of like a Nicholas Angel, I guess.
What's going on there through the window there?
What do you mean?
Something was happening through the window.
They were trying to put me off.
Hi, I'm Dave Z, and I would like to welcome you to another edition of Real Time. Simon and Edgar, you guys actually wrote the film. But Nick, do you get involved in that writing process at all, or do you come in post-writing once the scripts are finalized and come in and actually add insight to your character?
Now, after the success of Shaun of the Dead, Simon and Edgar are so rich and detached from normal people. The script often needs an everyman's touch.
Because usually before you've come into it, all of the lines are, "Hello there, I've got lots of money.
Would you like another creme brulee?" etc. Usually the script's covered in port and cocaine, so once I've hacked my way through it,
You would be like the comedy barista at Starbucks that would sprinkle on the chocolate funny.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's also a sexual euphemism in England.
Sprinkling on the chocolate funny.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's a forbidden
There's some
kind
back
of love.
rooms in Soho clubs you can get that done.
What did you do? Oh, we kissed a bit, then I sprinkled on a chocolate fun.
Rated R.
I've got to admit to shoot my flatmate, my mum, and my girlfriend all in the same evening.
Give it a kiss. Give it a kiss on the mouth. Give it a little tug.
I'm licking my head.
On the crotch.
Oh, I feel that. There's a Q&A in a second. Yeah, let's see what Edgar does.
He'll be fine. He always is.
He's alright, he'll spark up. That kid's got energy reserves like no one else.
How exciting.
I was asleep 30 seconds ago, they really woke me out.
How fun was it to shoot two guns whilst jumping through the air?
It was a lot of fun, but what you don't see on that is that we were landing on a giant crash mat, and when, I don't know if any of you bitches fired a 9 before, but when we're firing off the 9, all the spent shells come out of the ejector port, hot as you like. So they land on the crash mat, and then you land on the crash mat, and then they roll down to then stick on your arms and shirt. So just underneath the frame, you can sense Simon and I going, "Oh fuck, oh fuck." That's how a screening should be.
That was exciting, man. Amazing seeing Edgar fast asleep, then 15 seconds later, 1,000 people cheering.
I just didn't expect such an uproarious response there. It was incredible. They really dug us.
Hello, it's March the 24th, 2007, and this is our second trip to the Exorcist house. Now, this is a very special day here in Georgetown, Washington, D.C., because this is the only day of the year where Mark Kermode isn't here. We specifically came when we knew there was a day that Mark wasn't going to be here, because he does like to kind of do walk and talks and documentary stuff whenever he's in town. I don't know what these guys are doing behind me, but I'm sure it's hilarious.
Have a guess what they're doing.
I think they're probably doing V's or like Joey,
Yeah,
something
else?
like that. I don't know, like wanking.
Yes.
Was one of them pulling a Moonie yet?
No, that's just happened.
I can't believe.
Only it was concealed by your shoulder, Mooney fans.
I can't believe that they would desecrate such a sacred place as the Exorcist house.
Take me! Take me!
These are, of course, the famous Exorcist steps, where Father Damien Karras, at the end of the film, goes a-tumbling down after Regan sort of compels him out of the window. And Nick has just received a telex from Satan himself.
No.
And now Satan is going to be speaking through Nick Frost And he has a very special message for us all.
The power of Christ compels you to see Hot Fuzz on April the 20th.
Hey!
How many movie moments can you list that features in song?
Independence Day. That's it.
Superman 2?
Superman 2.
Whatever, are you trying to name the White House?
Do you remember when Superman put the top back on at the end of Superman 2?
Oh, yeah.
Was that the Capitol building or the White House?
Superman 3?
No, because it was when he'd been
He's got
away.
the flag, hasn't he?
Zod had torn it off, hadn't he?
Right.
Zod.
Kneel before Zod.
You know Zod is
the West Wing.
backwards.
No way!
Hey.
If you look right behind you now, you'll see Lincoln sitting. Not him.
Not me.
That's not Lincoln.
Though I have had a similar beard sometimes. But what films have been filmed around here? What can we think?
The Forrest Gumps.
Forrest Gump. In this pool behind us is where Forrest ran to meet Jenna.
JFK. Lisa Simpson went up there for reflection when she came for the essay contest.
Right, she did.
That wasn't real.
Oh, wasn't it? Do you know, I think would be a fabulous art event, like a sort of performance art piece. Would be from one morning Washington to wake up and find that chair empty.
Where are we now, Simon Pegg?
We're at the Washington Monument.
What does it mean?
It's a giant phallic edifice reaching into the sky to commemorate America's perhaps best president, most famous president, George Washington. I don't know if he was hung like this. I would imagine he was.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see from down there, Joe, but you can actually see the original melting pot steaming. So that's where the term comes from, a melting pot of cultures.
Why is the Washington Memorial emitting steam from its base?
It's going to take off.
Here we are at the White House, George Bush's residence. And he just ran around the garden with his knickers off.
Where are we, Simon?
We are at Boston, Logan International.
What's going down in Boston?
In Boston today, we are going to the hotel, then we're going to have some lunch, then we're going to hang out for a bit. There's a screening that starts at 5, we're going to introduce it. Afterwards, we're going to do a Q&A, and then we're going to hit Boston like a mother.
You what?
Which means just, obviously, quite carefully and caringly.
Just ruffle its hair.
Yeah. Squeeze its cheek.
Wet a hanky and
rub its mouth.
We are at the Brattle Theatre for a screening of Hot Fuzz, which it seems like a nice little place here. So we're in Boston.
What are you guys queuing for?
The Hot Fuzz.
Is that a queue for the film? Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Good. There's a man with monster feet.
There's a woman with a monster's arms. Oh, fuck it, I still got it.
Is that done? Yeah. Exactly.
We're in the projection room. It's quite a rare thing. It's a rear projection screen here. So we're in the projection room at the Brattle Hall Cinema in Boston, in Harvard. And we're about to do the screening of Hot Fuzz here. We're about to go and introduce the film, which we haven't done so far. And it's very exciting.
What is that, Edgar? Dead Right?
I think Dead Right is the name that Hot Fuzz is shipped under.
To stop it from being
pirated. Don't put this in until on the DVD. Dead Right is the name of the film that I made when I was 18.
There's some sort of problem with the amount of people.
But there's another guy
here. There's twice as many people as there is capacity for the theatre. So there's going to be a lot of disappointed people tonight. Most of them are going to be looking for us to kill us, to hang us from the nearest spire. In fact, I'm now going to look at the audience.
Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg.
So let's stop fucking around and put Hot Fuzz on. So,
Backwards love. So Simon, who's just stepped into that coach?
Justin Timberlake has just come out of the hotel. Very exciting. I know my missus will be spewing.
What celebrities have crossed our paths so far?
Okay, in New York we saw Michael Caine. We've just seen Justin Timberlake. We saw George Bush's
motorcade.
We also saw
heart attack.
I think either the Raptors or the Orlando Magic basketball team come in yesterday in here.
I saw the Shaun of the Dead guys yesterday.
Oh, they're two a penny. They're everywhere. Disgusting.
Can you dance like Justin Timberlake, Simon?
Aye.
Yeah, do it. Ow! So you can't?
No.
We're at Chicago O'Hare Airport. You may know it from Home Alone.
Ah.
Or Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Die Hard.
Die Hard?
So Chicago.
Oh.
Die Hard 2.
I thought it was Denver.
Oh, what
a fucking idiot.
How do you feel?
I think you've really let the side down.
I think you're going to be thrown out of the movie industry for that.
I'm fucking gutted, I really am.
What's going to your movie career now you fucked up about Die Hard 2?
Who knows? You know, it's not in my hands anymore. It's out there, and we'll have to see what happens. But I can only apologise to Lord Movies, and hopefully he'll forgive me. It's probably back to the service industry for me. But you know what? I've had a good run, so.
Do you want to just step out of the SUV? And
yes, absolutely.
Just close that door.
Can I get back in the town?
Bye.
Because of the humidity and heat in Chicago, the unusual humidity, it's about 80 degrees. Edgar's hair has gone a little wavy, and he's turned into Mike Nesmith from the Monkees.
That's right. I have.
Simon, can we have a quick update? Where are we? What are we doing?
We're at the AMC Theatre in downtown Chicago, and we're just about to go and do the Q&A at the end of the screening of Hot Fuzz. We've just been to PJ McGinty's or something to have some dinner, and Ebal writes, "You're looking a little bit yellow. Are you all right?"
Yeah.
Edgar's got a bit of liver problem. I think, because he's been drinking more than anyone on this tour, weirdly enough, because he's usually the fit one.
Because the fans love this kind of thing.
The fans don't want to see us piss.
Are you sure?
What are you doing? Why you come on fucking carrot for?
Talk us through it. Where are you? What are you doing?
Once again, Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, and Edgar Wright.
There's some coppers up there.
Huh?
Policeman, look. Hey!
Check it out. Nice job.
What was your favourite gun?
Favourite gun, Si?
Mine was probably the Beretta, the Chrome Beretta, which I used alongside an Israeli-made Jericho. That was my double pistol. A hearty weapon, reliable, chunky but fun, giving but not too slutty, and I loved her for that. I fire a Winchester 1300M, also known as Emma. She's a dirty girl. You know, if you play her correctly, she will bang. So I guess that, and then I used a Brazilian-made 38, which for me is a real joy. It's like I call it a carnival pistol. So it's something you can hide in a boot or in a pair of pants, and then you're out. Bang, bang.
I got to the hotel room last night, and there was a birthday cake for me. I had a bit here. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a vein of mousse here, which really makes the whole thing very delicate. Fresh fruit, you know, you can't transport this. So I thought we were going to flush it down the bog. I've never flushed a cake before, and I thought it might be nice. I think each piece of cake, it represents a wish. Ready? Alright, let's get rid of this first bit. Goodbye, birthday. There wow. There it goes. How can a toilet deal with such cake? This is the... Oh, let me drop the last bit from up high. Some raspberries and stuff in there too. Goodbye, cake. Wow. There it is. Flushing a cake. See you in Atlanta.
I'm tired.
Well, I'd imagine so.
I wasn't even in the last interview. I slept in the... Oh my God. That completely freaked me out.
All right.
Hello. Are you all right?
Yeah, how are you?
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Joan.
How's it been so far?
Oh, brilliant.
It's Nick Frost's birthday, everybody. It's amazing. That was disgusting, Sam.
We're in Atlanta, Georgia, home of Coca-Cola.
Should we do a proper turn to camera? Atlanta.
Yes.
Go on, start. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Atlanta.
Here we are. Here we are in Hotlanta, home of Little John. And what? Crunk Juice.
What?
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Okay.
And Sharky's Machine. And Whitney Houston. What else is in Atlanta?
The Falcons, the Atlanta Braves. That's the sporting team.
CNN.
CNN.
3, 2. Welcome to the special Hot Fuzz themed podcast from Creative Loafing. I'm movie critic Kurt Holman, and with me are the stars, writer, and director of podcast all together. And I was wondering if the three of y'all would introduce yourselves and say what you do in the film, and if you wouldn't mind.
You said we're the stars of podcasts.
Yeah, podcast. Did I say?
A really good action movie podcast. Yeah.
So, but if you could introduce yourself, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm Edgar Wright. I'm the co-writer and director of podcast.
Yeah. And I'm Nick Frost, who plays Danny Butterman in the film podcast.
Okay, great. And I'm going to hear that for the rest of the podcast, I'm sure.
Hello. Hello. This is Edgar Wright speaking.
This is Simon Pegg here.
And this is Nick Frost.
There's a very simple button on my phone that says record a call that I've used before.
You know, and hang out with the cast and try and make sort of...
what are some of your other favorite... Well, it's not that, Butterman isn't a great...
But I did score a direct hit at one point.
The film kind of willfully becomes dumber and dumber as it goes on. It's sort of...
Well, the Italian movies, usually like the Italian movies are always, I imagine that San Francisco was totally about car chases erupting up and down those streets, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely is. So thanks a lot for your time.
We got a new question today as part of the press. And that question was, did you get confused being called Nick when Simon's character is called Nick on the blog? And I had to say no. I wish I could have given him a better answer, but the answer is no, I didn't at all, because when we weren't rolling, Edgar called Simon Simon and me Nick. And it was not like when we were doing a scene when Paddy Considine says, "Oh, bloody hell, Nick, we'll be here all day at this rate." I didn't break out of character and say, "Hey, what did you say, Paddy?" You know, I knew. I knew.
We're just approaching a live TV interview, Nick.
What words can you say on live TV in the States?
Cunt. Piss. Whore.
Jam flaps.
Busted Rav. Say it all. Piss flaps, pissant, cunt, shit cunt. Piss wad, fuck all. Sorry, you can say it all. Say it all.
The crew laughing. The bottom of the thing, and I'll go down. I'll come down at you.
Now I've got a badass.
Oh fuck. I lost it.
Wow, that's the most impressive of all.
That's the birthday slide.
Nick, how can you justify flushing your girlfriend's cake down the toilet? Nick.
I've already spoken to her and she loved the idea. Edgar, can I have that knife so I can cut it into shit-sized portions?
Ploppable chunks.
Unlike the cake yesterday, what I'm going to do is light the candle because it's actually my birthday today. I've cut it into 4 dump-sized chunks.
Dump cake.
Plot 1.
Oh, man.
The side.
Oh, it was a side hitter. Oh, that's going to leave a skid mark.
You kind of have to get a skid mark going.
Plot 2.
Plot 2. That was a splasher.
Shall I flush?
Yeah, flush. Get rid of
okay,
that.
flush 1.
Oh my God.
Holy Christ.
Oh, no.
It's blocked. Oh, it's not doing it.
It's not going.
Oh fuck! It's too heavy. It's too punchy.
It's gonna overflow.
Give me the knife.
He does like farming.
Give me the knife.
Break
it up.
Oh, look, he's breaking it down. Oh, what a mix. Goodbye, birthday.
Oh my god, look at that.
So, can I hand you the cake? Okay, ready?
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
I've never seen anything like it.
Goodbye, birthday. Please go. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. Hey!
Wow.
Look at that skid. Look at the skid mark. That looks disgusting.
Oh my god.
Oh, Nick's had an accident. Leave it there for me. I've got cake on my lid.
You have to get
my
I'm going to
god.
get it. I'm not going to let some poor
I've never seen anything like it.
Cleaner come in and have to... Poor Mamacita have to clean off my fudge. Oh. Clean off Nick's wasted fudge. It's amazing how it lifts a spirit flushing a cake.
As you no doubt aware now, Nick's log blogs have become an instant runaway hit, and there's talk in Hollywood of it being picked up and turned into a feature adaptation starring Ashton Kutcher. It's always a very sort of, a humbling experience when you've done an interview and then at the end, and just remind me who you are, which happened twice. So I don't know, my enthusiasm for those kind of interviews starts to kind of fall after a while, because so it's just weird when people are obviously not like they say, and so how do you know these guys? We did a film called Shaun of the Dead. Oh, did you do Shaun of the Dead as well? Yes, I did. So those kind of interviews.
Surely you can't see a thing.
No,
your lens is spotted with moisture.
Makes it look like you're in a George Michael video.
There you go, look. Sally's got the right idea.
Ah, that's a blog right there. I love that too.
I'm going to make a run for it in the Dallas rain.
Probably about halfway between Dallas and Austin at the moment, and there's a real storm outside, and Nick has seen a twister, well, the beginnings of a twister off to our left. What did you see?
Just the air circulating in quite small areas. It's like a pre-nado. The right conditions for it too.
As you can hear, the rain is really starting to come down now. I think we might have to punch through the core. A twister just touched down. This guy's seeing something now.
Ah, shit.
I don't know if we're gonna...
That's a very small one, just touched down on your head.
Right on my forehead. We're in Austin, Texas at the moment, and we're about to go to the Alamo Draft House for perhaps one of the most anticipated screenings on this tour. And Nick and I are both nervous. I'm dressed as cowboys. Nick, get in here.
Come and show the shirt.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
How are you?
Now you're feeling quite trepidatious, because this is kind of like the film geek nexus, isn't it?
Yeah, this is like the centre of film geekery in the Western world.
Right, the kind of the brood mother.
Yeah, this is the mothership.
The centre of the hive.
The Alamo Draft House is the mothership.
Yeah.
So, and it's calling us.
If you impress the mother geek, then all the drone geeks.
We're going to upload. we want to upload the virus into the mothership, and then it will affect all the other geek hives.
If Harry during the film at any point, if from his brood pouch comes a film egg, and it breaks open and 9 or 10 stars comes out, who knows what happens.
Say tonight, I'm not going to be known as Nick. Call me Mr. Honky Tonk Man. Enjoy our film. Put 'em home!
Pretty sensational reaction. Huh?
Yeah, it was great.
Amazing.
It was great. As Simon said, it's like the mothership.
Really?
And it is like the mothership.
Did you like the film? You're so excited you can't even sit down.
No, I can't. And the piles, of course.
We were, banging our heads against the wall, so film feels good. Hey? I've got a wee. Okay. Enjoy the wee. 2 seconds.
I only wish he was mic'd up like in Naked Gun.
You would not want to hear that. Like a racehorse taking a piss.
It is like a racehorse.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Why is it red? What is it? Oh, what's that?
Doing that kind of stuff is just nice. Was it good?
How was it?
It was good.
Questions. I'm going to regret saying this, but angry drunk. Right there.
Given the choice, Nick, between answering endless Q&A questions or smoking a jazz cigarette, which one would you choose?
I'm probably in a position now in my career where I can do fucking both. I don't have to choose.
Yeah, thanks for putting Timothy Dalton in something kick-ass after Beautician and the Beast. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
How did he come about being a part of the film, and how was it to work with Tim Dalton, who's the best Bond that nobody appreciates?
We have a theory that Timothy Dalton with mustache rocks. He has special powers when he has mustache. We made him wear the Prince Baron from Flash Gordon and stuff. He was quite kind of cautious. He didn't really want to have a moustache in the film, and he said, he goes, well, Edgar, I've had a moustache before. And I said, yeah, fucking Flash Gordon. It was awesome.
I brought the Tree of Doom with him across, and we all had to stick our hand in it before he got the part.
After at lunch, we find him with his green tights on, pushing his hand into a log.
We're here in Austin at the Element Draft House, and a great supporter of ours over the years has been Mr. Harold Knowles.
Hot Fuzz is just a fantastic cop film, and you've got to get out there and see it because, well, he's a great cop. This is awesome. I got Tim's that time.
It's my birthday again, and today they bought me, during the Q&A, a really massive cake. It's like their third cake in 2 days, and we flushed 2. And we might as well flush this one too. It's so soft though, we might as well kill it.
Oh God.
What are you going to do with a cake? We're not going to eat the fucking thing, are we? Don't film me. Let's all have a little nosh each and then we'll flush it.
Which brat are you going to put in? Hang on, which brat are you going to put in?
Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Hang on, wait, I've got it.
The indicator's flashing.
Take that. You got it?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh, no, wait.
Oh, it's really blocked. It's gone.
Oh dear.
Where's the other one?
Hello, we are in Seattle, home of Starbucks and grunge.
Who would you most like to meet in Seattle?
Elevator!
Who?
Elevator! Who? Elevator! From the beer program.
And also because the buddy cop genre is such a gift for like two kind of performers, and sort of so to make the film like totally about Simon and Nick's relationship was really, an inspiration to spark.
How did that manifest itself in terms of, the whole production process? What did that pressure do to you guys?
We just got our heads down again, We just concentrated as much as we could on just, doing a good job and not relying on the fact that we'd just be able to do it, you know.
Absolutely. Now, what's the obsession with Bad Boys 2 instead of the first Bad Boys?
Also, there's a show called The Mighty Boosh, which is on British television, which is really, really good.
I think that gets shown on BBC America, actually. It would be great if it comes out properly.
Yeah, right. I don't know. It's hard to kind of, to come up with that. Sorry about that. Or it's a coincidence that the kind of cooperation between the two. Nick's just made me laugh. Sorry. Between the two nations, it suddenly feels a little bit more fluid.
It has actually been shown on TV twice. It was shown on Bravo and it was shown on BBC America. But I think in both cases they're either on late or or just cut to blazes. On BBC America, the episodes were quite cut down and they had commercial breaks in them. Amazon or had imported or they have multi-region players. So it always amazes me how many copies of the DVD we signed. Pretty much 80% of 80% of the CD is what is in the finished film.
Very cool. Well, do you think you'll be pleased if you help launch the Fratellis?
Obviously, a lot of different tones and levels. You've got drama, you've got comedy.
Absolutely. Well, you guys seem to do something, and maybe are now becoming known for kind of bending genre. So that
we're the genre benders.
We bend, We're just a great bunch. We're just a great bunch of big benders.
We want to get an American DVD. The price we pay for it is just completely over the odds. It's ridiculous, and I think it probably works both ways.
Well, thank you very much for your time, guys, and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We gotta not do that. We're breaking up. We're cracking up. This is evidence of us not being able to deal with this anymore.
Hi, I'm Ben Rabin, and a few months ago I entered a competition on the Hot Fuzz website, and the grand prize was to win a trip here to Seattle to watch a screening of Hot Fuzz and to meet the men who created it.
We're just about to go next door and meet our competition winner and beat him with a stick.
This is the winner of the competition. This is like Willy Wonka time right here.
Let's go and meet him.
Let's do it.
Willy.
Competition winning shit! God damn it!
Now go back to Chicago.
Congratulations and we'll see you.
Enjoy the film. I will. Thank you guys for
See you
everything.
afterwards. Cheers later.
So the guys just left, and they were horrible. I wish I had never won this competition.
We're just about to introduce the film in Seattle, and prior to the Q&A and the introduction, that we've exposed the gulf between me and Simon and Nick, because I chose to spend the last 2 hours watching a cop film, like the media whoops I am. These guys went to a ball game.
We went to see the Mariners play and they won 4-0. Go Mariners! Up yours, Oakland. Eat that, Oakland. In your face, eh?
Meanwhile, while you were at the ball game.
Yeah, well, I think you find 1968's Bullet, directed by Peter Yates, is a classic of the genre. Interestingly, it's one of the first major studio cop films to be shot entirely on location, and it also won an Oscar for Best Editing. I really enjoyed watching Bullet on the big screen because I think the use of verite camera work is really something else. How was the game again?
Yeah! Mariners rule!
I think the message behind Bullet is that...
What a boring cunt.
You guys have turned into a couple of frat boys.
Yeah! Spring break!
I have never felt so English and so puffy.
Do you think American audiences get more than British audiences?
They seem to, don't they? They seem more vocal. It's quite amazing. This audience particularly are really laughing at everything.
What did you think?
Well, I thought it was more amazing than I imagined it could be. Oh, it was just so massive, and I can't even describe it. It was incredible.
Wendy, you've got a special thing on your arm.
Yeah, I've got a tattoo.
What's it of?
Oh, gosh. There's this movie that came out a couple of years back, I think in 2003. Some guys had this crazy idea to make a zombie comedy, a zombie. called
Let's see
Shaun
it.
of the Dead, and you know, there's a tattoo and homage. Nice and fresh, nice and crispy.
Look at that! Wow.
Hello, we've just arrived in San Francisco from Seattle, and we flew early this morning. We've just landed. We're just grabbing a bite to eat, whereupon we start a round of 9 television interviews, 2 print interviews, a photo shoot, a round table, 2 more print interviews, another round table, and then I think we got 40 minutes off. Then we're going to go and introduce the film. Then we get to have dinner, and then we do a Q&A, and then we finish work at 10:40. And apparently, it says on the sheet, the rest of the night is ours.
Oh. And what are you going to do while me and Edgar go and look at movie locations?
Have a wank.
Hello, we're here in San Francisco, California, which I like to think is the international city of cop films. We have an hour off in between interviews and the screening, so we're going to try and cram in as many cop locations as we can. Let's go!
To the car!
Bullet is a classic cop film, and you find the opening scene with Johnny Ross, the kind of the witness who gets kind of rubbed out, comes to this hotel, and then later Robert Vaughn and Steve McQueen as well. Also, there's plenty of scenes in Bullet at this church over here. Okay, location number 2 is Lieutenant Frank Bullett's apartment in Bullet. Steve McQueen lived in 1153 Taylor on the corner of Taylor and Clay. Also, there's a scene where Steve McQueen goes to this kind of like deli on the corner, so maybe we'll go and check that out. This is where Steve McQueen came and got lots of ready meals. You get lots of people coming in asking about bullets?
Yeah.
A lot.
We got a lot of people with cameras too.
Do you get bored of people coming in and asking about bullets?
Yes, I do. It's cool though. I mean, it's fun. Sometimes it gets a little old for us though. But what are you gonna do, you know? It is what it is.
This is the building which has the swimming pool on it from the start of Dirty Harry, where Scorpio is kind of sniping the woman in the yellow bikini. So the taller building there, the Bank of America building, is where Scorpio himself has got his spot, and where Dirty Harry finds the first note from the killer. Exciting stuff. I wish I could be up there right now in a yellow bathing costume. Okay, so we're driving down Taylor now, and this is one of the many streets used in the classic Bullet chase. This is one of the humps in the Bullet chase. I'm out of breath just running up. One of the many streets that they go down. On the corner here, 1158 Montgomery, you know, you could call it a classic cop film. You know, it is a classic of sorts, but Basic Instinct, Michael Douglas's apartment, one can only imagine what debauched V-neck, sweater-wearing antics went on in this place.
So Dirty Harry and his partner were on top of this building, and they were keeping an eye out on the church over here.
Scorpio, he has his sights on 2 rather broad gay stereotypes. I think he gets kind of foiled in his plans. He doesn't get to shoot anybody. He gets kind of rumbled. The helicopter comes over. Up there. If only Scorpio were here now. I think in an hour we did pretty good. But I like to think that San Francisco is the ultimate stomping ground for any fascist enforcer.
We're here at a cinema in downtown San Francisco. We're going to introduce the film in San Fran, and then we're going to go and eat and come back and do a Q&A.
What number Q&A is this?
If I had to put a number on the Q&A, I would probably say this is coming up for like
20 or something.
Nick, do you get asked about Hot Fuzz a lot?
Yeah, a fair bit, I suppose.
Every day, man. It gets sick as tired. It gets old. It gets old.
Hey, you good?
Yeah, they're handing out.
Woo! Did you like the film?
Oh, it was brilliant. It was amazing.
Well, say more.
I actually got to talk with the boys beforehand, and they were very cool, very genuine people.
Yeah?
I had a blast.
That's what
I'm glad to be here. Yeah, right?
Dopest movie ever.
Yep.
Can't wait for some more. I loved it all. Thanks for coming all the way down from England. Appreciate it. Much love.
San Francisco!
Yeah.
More. Did you guys like the film?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's very good.
He's understated.
Yeah.
He's silent. He's just blanking.
Yes.
Hey,
So
Hot
hello.
Fuzz fans.
What are your names?
I'm Jess.
Charles.
If you had to write a quote for the poster, what would you say?
Hot Fuzz, hot fun. I don't know.
Hot fuzz, hot damn.
Hot Fuzz, hot damn.
So this is what happens when you're in successful films and you're doing a tour. You sometimes come into one of the rooms and something like this is here. As you can see, it's a perspex plate glass, and inside is a picture from the motion picture Hot Fuzz, and you get some chocolates on there.
You've had
Chocolate
most
rose.
of them, haven't you?
No, I tried that, didn't like it, and left it, and then Ebal just had one.
It's like a dead beetle.
But when I walked in, this was thus.
Oh, the White Tower.
Yeah.
Saruman's chocolate.
I couldn't resist eating Saruman.
Hello, Nick.
Hey, Joe.
What's going on now?
We're just about to leave to go to the airport. We're wrapped on Sandford, yeah?
How was it?
Very good. Very good.
Are you going to miss it?
Yeah. Yes, I am. It's a good city.
Did you get a chance to see any of it?
No. We're here at the UCLA Cinema, the Almond Hammer Museum, and we're going to show the film, and then, yeah.
Do another Q&A.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Any questions?
If you could, go through like a day of what it is like writing the script to this.
We sort of rack up to the office at about 10 o'clock maybe, London traffic notwithstanding, and then have a cup of coffee, watch a Chuck Norris movie,
Take the rest of the day off.
talk a bit, go to a record shop, buy some DVDs, come back, talk a bit, watch a Steven Seagal movie, just to balance it out. You've got to have both sides of the equation. And go on.
A lot of the sillier stuff in the film, some of the sillier stuff comes from real anecdotes. The escaped swan is based on a true story. The scene with translating like a local farmer into kind of like English is from a true story. And the thing about the cakes is true.
Were you guys all friends before making movies together?
Yeah, but
We
we're not
were.
now. Yeah, we were friends before we were, I mean, Nick and I met Nick in 94, was it? I met him on a balcony at a party in Cricklewood, North London. I liked him. He was interesting. He had a lot to say, and he made me laugh. And when I left the party, I was very impressed by him because he fell asleep next to a speaker, sitting upright with a can of beer in his hand. And I just thought, as I left, I thought, this kid's got something.
You know what? I woke up and I drank that beer.
We're doing a shoot for EW, Joe, and they want us to get. What are you doing, babe? No, don't go down there, Joe.
It's got to get down there at some point.
Maureen's fiddling with my bit. We're doing a shoot for EW, and they're looking for a slightly incongruous kind of hip hop, sort of a decadent look, and so that's what we're doing. I'm going for robe and shorts.
Get it on?
Do it.
Awesome. Do they even fit?
What? Yeah, right. Unusual. I'm such a cock, isn't he?
Where the fuck is the toilet?
They look good in the meantime. Oh, good. This is too dull.
Yeah,
If you
they
had
did go on an
some-
amazing.
I think they maybe.
Oh, there it is.
What are you gonna wear? Like just
This one.
chilling
Yeah.
in the hotel?
So put this, put it right dead center.
Feeling a bit vulnerable. Yeah. My plums are on display.
Are you still there?
There's nothing like a sock and a sandal
No,
together.
that was the whole idea.
I've got the little mini.
I think that's kind of funny.
Take me a slice. Allow it. That is bare funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That is bare funny.
What's up, friend? Welcome to my crib. Peace.
Nice.
Looking at your sign.
Yeah, do it again, do it again.
This is like some sort of boogie night style thing. There were many parties around this pool where young people were forced to have sex in front of older people.
Welcome to my Hollywood home.
I might have to leave.
Beautiful bottom.
Thank you.
I think.
You know, if you're going to go with it, you've got to go with it all the way. When I'm just hanging in my pad here in the Hollywood Hills, I'm chewing gum, just rolling the way I do. Sometimes I've got to take my gum out, have a cup of tea or a biscuit. What am I going to do with my gum? Keep it safe.
Well, that was inevitable.
Just to say we're having a great time here in Hollywood. It's not affected us in any way, and we're going to come home real soon, maybe 1, 2, 3 years, and we'll be back. But I promise you, Hollywood ain't going to change us.
I don't know how to feel.
Why are we talking? Why can't we just have sex?
Well, we could, but you kept your pants on. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Let's get on with it so I can go home. You know, I was promised a fucking 5-minute knee trembler.
He said fuck! Wait, we got one!
I was going to drop the C-bomb for a minute.
You
but
can say cunt on this show. It's all
Hey.
right. I'm not allowed to say it.
It's a word that hates women.
It is a word that hates women. Come on, everybody.
Is it now?
It's an old, do you know what it is? It's a very old Anglo-Saxon word, and I think people get upset about it because it's quite grunty. It's like fuck as well, they're both grunty words and they remind us that we're animals. It's okay to say copulate or vagina because they're Latin words and the connotations are less, but when it gets to those sort of little tiny swear words, that's when people get upset because it reminds us that we are not angels, we are just animals, and that people have a problem with that.
I had a Danish friend once and asked him what the worst swear word was in Danish, and he thought for ages, and his answer was long-haired communist fag. That's the best they got in Denmark.
Hey, Simon Pegg.
Yes?
Why is everybody a little bit tired today?
Because last night we went to the opening night of Grindhouse at Mann's Chinese Theatre on Hollywood Boulevard in the presence of most of the cast and Professor Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, Dr. Robert Rodriguez, and just had a blast, and it was brilliant, and the film was amazing, and as you pointed out, Joe, it was probably the best screening of the film that there will ever be, because it was a normal screening, but a lot of people were there from the cast and crew. And then we went and partied with Isla Fisher and some other people, and Edgar went and had a dance with Rosario Dawson at Quentin's house.
Yeah.
What kind of a laugh is that?
We're going to go to a restaurant, but it's right
laugh of
there
triumph.
on Wilshire.
That's the laugh of a very sad man inside.
They're crying on the inside, clown.
Tears of a clown.
Danny. It's over.
Good response in there, huh?
Oh, amazing, yeah. Very, very enthusiastic.
They enjoyed seeing a Dalton get spiked through the chin.
Who doesn't? I'm not saying he deserves it, but he does it well.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Arborea, Timothy Dalton. I just like to. It still hurts.
Cake flushing news, Nick.
Hey, yeah, we just had news that Kirsten Dunst flushed Johnny Burrell's cake down the toilet.
Inspired by your flushing?
Yeah, shame she didn't flush Razorlight's last album.
More dancing.
We're in the first ever precinct in the history of New York, which is now a museum.
Doesn't make a noise. It's a shame, isn't it?
My last question for you is, do you guys consider yourselves the modern day carry-on group?
Yes.
Wow. The perfect thing about the police museum is the perfect floor that splits.
No, that's not bad. Oh, that's good.
We are going to the Lincoln Center, the Walter Reed Theatre, for a special VIP and fan and public preview of Hot Fuzz. It should be a memorable night because young Kevin Smith of Stop and Shop fame is going to do the Q&A.
We thought there had been too many British gangster films. Way too many British gangster films, and it was long overdue for the time for the British Bobby to get badass. So this is the idea with Hot Fuzz, and basically, if you thought that Agatha Christie could have done with more shit blowing up, this is it right now.
There are only about 10 cocks in the world that I would suck. 3 belong to these 3 gentlemen. I've known these guys for a while, and for the last 2-3 years, post Shaun of the Dead, which I was a massive fucking fan of, he was talking about writing this British cop movie. It was so like long going in the process, and I was just like, "What's up, man? Have you finished writing?" He's like, "No, we're still working on it. We're still working on the script." For what felt like 2 fucking years, and I remember at one point just being like, "Just power through, man. Just fucking finish the script. Like, don't worry whether it's good or bad." And I follow that advice. I make Jersey Girl, and he makes this. So,
Thank you very much. Good night.
Edgar?
Ah. Hello. We started in New York, and where the blog ends is back in New York. I feel like it's almost as if we've been around the whole of the States promoting Hot Fuzz. Maybe we even have been around the whole of the States. And it's cool. We got sort of like just another week before the film comes out, and a nice lovely day in NYC, and we're here in the meatpacking district, and I love a bit of meatpacking. So yeah, it's been a trip in every sense of the word. I have to say, like, Joe Cornish behind LBJ, as we call him, Lovely Big Joe, aka Joe Blogs. It's Joe's last day today, the last day he's blogging, and as a special treat, I'm going to take charge of the camera, and I'm going to ask Joe all the questions that we got asked during the tour. How do you like them apples, Joe Cornish?
I love them apples.
Get it behind. How did the idea for Hot Fuzz first come about? How did you get such a great cast together? Is there going to be a Space Series 3? Is Space going to get released on Region 1 DVD? You've done zombies, you've done cops. Yeah. What's next? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You find us back where we began in New York, coming towards the end of the American leg of this tour. We've got the Canadians next. But for now, and for this young man who's been following us like a demon, you know who you are, Cornish. It's goodbye. Nick?
We're going to miss you, Joe. We've had a wonderful time, and as hard as it's been, I think you've been the thing that's really held us all together. You've been the peanut butter in our PBJ sandwich.
I was just saying that, like, since we've been working so hard, and you know, promoting a film internationally is actually more difficult than working in a coal mine. That basically the reason we have Joe along is that he can basically have all the fun that we're not having.
Yeah, exactly. We live vicariously through Joe, and he's leaving us today like a big deserter.
When you've done 11 hours of interviews on the trot, basically Joe will come back and he say, "Joe, what did you do today?" He goes, "I went DVD shopping." He goes, "Oh, I dream of the day when I could go DVD shopping in the Virgin Megastore."
I saw a film.
Oh, wow, what did you see? Cool. Blades of Glory, how was it? Oh, wow, great.
Lucky Joe.
Grabbed a little hot dog on the way back.
Lucky Joe.
Joe! That's it. That was America. We hope you've enjoyed our blogs. I think, you know, it's been over a year of serious blogging now, and this, what a fitting end here on the skyline of Manhattan.
Oh, wonderful.
Enjoy the film. Watch Hot Fuzz. It will change your life.
Yes.
Bye. Bye. Bye.